are built in the winter. Well, you know what? Some of us procrastinate, and it's never too late to get started. And also, you know what? You have to maintain your progress. So I think right now is an absolutely perfect time to go ahead and start our summer challenge. Okay, what is Peter Nielsen's transformation coaching? It is a 12-week coaching series empowering you to lose weight and tone up, eat healthy, learn about macronutrient plans, boost your confidence. That is always my favorite part. Create
Oh,
a lifestyle change, and we are going to meet here every Wednesday at 7:30 Eastern Time. And I'm so sorry. I am muting people out. I apologize. We will meet here every Wednesday at 7:30 Eastern Time, 6:30 Central on a Zoom just like this. Okay, so now we are going to meet the coach. Most of you already know him, but if you do not, he is just a wealth of knowledge. Peter Nielsen is a health and fitness expert. He is the author of 5 published books, a Crohn's disease survivor and overcomer, y'all. And that is why he is actually the spokesman for the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. He is a winner of 50 bodybuilding world championship titles, named Trainer of the Year by Self Magazine and Muscle and Fitness Magazine. He hosts a world syndicated TV and radio show, Peter's Principles, and he also does an incredible podcast with his beautiful wife, Joyce Ann. And so we just encourage you to, tune into both of those. They are absolutely amazing. So, with that, I am so sorry. People are coming in and I'm having to do multiple things right now. So, give me just a second. With that, I'm going to go ahead and bring our coach on so he can share a few words with you. Peter, are you here?
I am, and good evening to everyone. I'm so excited about this new chapter. There's a lot of people that I don't know on here, and I'm looking forward to getting to know each and every one of you. I also see some amazing old friends on here, and I've been in the transformation business for over 30 years. And when we were doing this with Zervita, we've been doing it for over 13 years. And now, after talking to Orion, who's the founder of Zinzino, he loves what we're doing when it comes to getting people healthier, mind, body, and spirit. He gave me the green light to do this for this 90-day summer transformation challenge. And what I wanted to say before we get into exactly what this 90-day, 12-week challenge is, it's a beautiful tool for each and every one of you to build your team. And what I mean is, I see a couple of old friends, Cindy Wright and her amazing husband. And all I can say is that when you were the vice president of marketing, we did all these beta tests and we found out that people loved community. And when people are like minded and want to get healthy, want to get fit, mind, body, and spirit, what ends up happening is they get plugged in. And we found out that people will stay on the product 7 to 8 months longer if they're tied into a community. So I feel very strongly about this because we have some amazing products. Instead of guessing, we're going to test and through this 12 weeks, these wonderful products, as well as, I'm still with my bold grape zeal. And I actually have it in this glass right here, and I love it. But I'm going to just explain on how when you become that best version of yourself on a fitness level and you stay plugged into a community, everything works better. If you're exercising, your products are going to have more synergy. If you're just doing your products and you're eating better, everything is going to be chiming. So what I wanted to do tonight for this kickoff is say, number one, thank you for making that commitment to yourself for these next 12 weeks. And during these 12 weeks, we're going to be talking about the benefits of fasting, macronutrient meal planning, anaerobic training, cardiovascular training, meal prepping, mindset, the importance of team building. And then we're going to get really a deep dive into our zeal, into our balanced oil, into omega-3, omega-6, the ratios. So this is all about knowledge implemented correctly can be so very powerful to you. So again, I just thank you. Many people I'm looking at right now, and I'm actually seeing Alan, who I haven't seen in years and years. What a good-looking guy. I mean, he looks like a movie star. Him and his wife. You guys look great, and I appreciate everybody being here. I want to give a shout out to my friends in California, Chet and Mary and her brother Pat. Just amazing people, salt of the universe. They're just great people. They have a lot of people on their team that I met just recently. So I'm super excited to get into this. If you could go to slide number 1 and we could kind of start powwowing. You know, so many times people will ask me the wrong question. They'll ask me, Peter, how do you lose weight? How do I get inflammation down? How do I gain muscle? How? Well, now with Chat GPT or with Google, you could find out how in a New York second. But the right question, if you pivot, is why do you want to be that best version of yourself? What gets you up in the morning? Why do you want to break an addiction of smoking or drinking? Why do you want to build some muscle or bone density? Maybe because you're going through menopause or whatever the case may be. So your reasons why need to be greater than any fear, than any disappointment, than any failure than you've ever had. Your reasons why need to get you up in the morning. And understand this, my reasons why is probably yours changes. So my reasons why 10 years ago are quite different than they are today. I was single for 20 years after a divorce, and now I have this amazing new family. I'm a grandfather times 2. I have 2 married daughters and a new family, new stepchildren. So my reasons why have changed. So what I say for part of your homework this evening, just to marinate in it, is what are your reasons why? And how have they changed from, say, last year or 5 years ago to today? And that is where you really need to start focusing, speaking life into, championing is your reasons why. When we first started, we started something called a pledge. And I want to do it with each and every one of you. And you could read it, you could speak it, you could print it and scotch tape it on your refrigerator. But we find out in medical science when you get all the receptors of your brain working, your sight, your speech, what you hear, you're going to have a better chance of succeeding. So it took me 5 minutes to write this about 8 years ago. And I believe that each and every one of you are on this call for a reason. And you have that reason in your soul. But I want each and every one of you to make a pledge to yourself and to your creator. The one motto here, the one body that you live in, to make healthy everyday choices and for it to start and end with you and stop this excuse game or the blame game. So tonight, I promise to properly nurture, uplift, care for my health, to grow in spirit, in strength, in confidence. Today, I, Peter Nicholas Nielsen, I take a pledge to believe in myself and to challenge myself with the abilities that God has given me, and for me to nourish my own self, because we only have one mind, one body, and one life to live in. I make a commitment to me and to God to live a purpose filled life. And if you read that, and if you truly believe that, I want you to speak life into yourself. And the next slide really talks about everything that this 12 weeks is going to be about. But it all starts with preparation. I have a great friend of mine. I'm in my podcast room, and behind me, I have a big picture of Joe Montana, one of the best quarterbacks, in my opinion, of all times. And I remember him telling me on how many times he would practice and how many times his sidekicks, who were his wide receivers, he would play catch with. And the reason why I'm saying that is you could pray all day long, you could wish, you could hope for, but if you're not prepared for the due date, and we all have a due date for the blessings that we're all been wishing, hoping, and praying for, it's almost like Joe Montana throwing this Hail Mary to you, and you weren't prepared. There's no one in the end zone but you, and it went right through your arms. Boom. Sometimes in life, there isn't second chances. Sometimes it's now or never. So preparation for even this 90-day summer transformation challenge is critical. And that's what we're going to be talking about right now. So the next slide, it may sound, it may sound like, what is he talking about? Cleaning my cupboards. Well, I love sugar. And if I had Oreos or chocolate chips in my cupboard, even being a 50-time bodybuilding champion, I would probably, if I was hungry and there was no one around and the refrigerator wasn't prepared with good food, I probably would mess up. And I'm the kind of guy that I can't just have one chocolate chip. So I would probably literally just take the whole bag and I would just kill it. Boom. So all I'm saying is that if we want to be successful wherever you are on that journey, then we need to prepare. Best way to prepare is to clean your cupboards, clean your freezer, clean your refrigerator. And I don't want to hear the excuse, I have children and they like Cocoa Pebbles or they like Captain Crunch. Well, if you become the CEO of your body and the leader of your home, then you could be a positive influence to our future generation, our children. And what I mean by that, and for people that know me already, they know that this isn't sarcasm. This is just me being truthful and just saying it like it is. But our children watch us like a TV. I talk for a living, but my kids watch how I live my life more than what I say. So if I'm doing the right thing at the breakfast, lunch, and dinner table, then my kids will incorporate those positive habits. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. You could wean into it. We'll get better together. But if there's soda pop in the refrigerator, there's a whole lot of better choices. I mean, I haven't had red meat other than the last couple of years for 30 years. I haven't had dairy products for 40 years because it really has everything to do with some of our new flagship products when it talks about inflammation. I'm on an anti-inflammatory eating regimen, so I don't want to put, excuse my expression, garbage in my body that's going to increase inflammation. Beef is going to increase inflammation, cheese is going to increase inflammation, and dairy, just to say a few, are going to increase inflammation. So this is an important factor. And then the next one is really preparing what you're going to eat. Next week, we're going to really do a deep dive into nutrition and macronutrients, detoxing. So I'm going to really kind of just wean you into this. But right now, one of the best things you could do is start to meal prep. My wife, I mean, I definitely married up because she's an amazing human being and she's a great cook. And every Sunday, she'll spend about 2 or 3 hours preparing foods for my stepchildren, her son and daughter, myself and her. She'll make it in these little kind of portion size containers. And I'm going to explain that you can only digest, utilize, absorb about a fist's worth of animal flesh, which is about 30 to 40 grams of protein. So my wife takes the guessing game out of it. When I'm the word beyond starving and I'm famished, and I go into the refrigerator and I see about 3.5 to 4 ounces of turkey with some fibrous complex carbohydrates, now I know, wow, I'm going to reach my macronutrient quota for this meal because I'm having enough protein. I'm not having too much carbs. My fat is mono and polyunsaturated fat, not saturated, artery clogging, heart attack on a plate fat. So meal prepping studies have found it leads to more food variety over the week. You're saving, believe it or not, money by not ordering through DoorDash because you're hungry and there's no food in the house. And portion control is one of the key ways to truly maintain your body weight or lose excess body fat. So if you prepare your foods, it's easier not to screw up. It also saves you, as I mentioned, time and money. So meal prepping is a very important factor. Now, the next thing is what we're going to really be talking about. As I mentioned, this is a 90-day summer transformation challenge. And what each and every person needs to do, and I want everyone, including people on your team, maybe customers, people that you feel will benefit being plugged into this community of like-minded people, to take measurements, take a before picture, and I have homework in a few slides from now. Front picture, side right, side left, and rear picture. And then I'm going to go through on how you measure yourself and then where you're going to email this so that we have a starting point. But body measurements can be a useful way to track your progress. Believe it or not, it's better than getting on the scale. When someone gets on the scale, and I do want you to get on the scale this first go around and the last go around, which will be in 90 days. But it's easy for, say, a woman that's going through, say, menopause or her menstrual cycle every month to gain between 1 to 7 pounds of water. But the beautiful thing is that the size of your dress or the belt size or the shirt size, jacket size is not going to lie. So when you basically put in all your sweat equity in the gym and also at the breakfast, lunch, and dinner table, you're being diligent, Now, what's going to happen is you're going to lose excess body fat. But if you keep your macronutrients in place, which I'm going to help you with every step of the way, now you're going to feed the machine your muscle and you're going to lose excess body fat. So, what I want to do is just go over the different body parts that I want you to measure. And this is not rocket science. And many people are like, I am not going to send you a picture of me now. Listen, I've owned health clubs for 28 consecutive years, and tens upon thousands of people, this is their number one excuse. I watch Peter on the Today Show every day, and I don't want to go in to see him until I lose weight. What an oxymoron. You're coming to my health club so I could help you facilitate lose excess body fat. So let's all get comfortable with each other. And we're all here for different reasons. But at the same time, just put it all out there. Because when you post something or when you make this commitment to yourself and to your creator, you'd be surprised on how much motivation you're going to have to truly win on every level. So I want you to measure your chest, your waist, your hips, and Kirby knows this well. He probably knows even you hear this clicking, and it's a little measuring tape that we put into our old transformation system. So if you have one of these laying around in the house, or if you don't, you could go to literally Walmart and pick it up for probably $1. But it's important to take measurements, go fully around and take a deep breath, inhale, measure your chest, go to about belly button or maybe an inch below, measure your waist, your hips. You could go to the next slide. You want to measure your thighs, your calves, which are your muscles on your lower parts of your leg, your upper arm, which is your bicep, the front part of your upper arm. And you want to make sure that you're flexing it so that you're basically giving it the right measurement. You want to do your neck as well. And the reason why, believe it or not, is that when you lose that excess body fat, it comes off where it needs to. So that's why I'm literally wanting each and every one of you to take these common body measurements from your neck to your lower leg. And then you'll be amazed. I mean, and it's a beautiful thing. And then we have a big party at the end of this 90-day challenge. There's prizes, there's 3 winners. But when someone shows a before and after picture, and some people, they're looking to win spiritually. They're looking to break that addiction of smoking. So they may not need to lose a lot of weight, if any. But for the people that do, when you go down the before and the after, and you take the numbers of each of these measurements, there's people that have lost 60 inches in 90 days. They may have only lost 20 pounds, but their body has gone through this metamorphosis of evolving into something amazing. So these are just common, and you could see some of the pictures, just common ways you can measure. And you could go to the next slide, if you may. And again, just more tips of making sure you go in front of a mirror and you're wearing clothes that are tight enough. And when you're taking the picture, I would love if you took the picture in the same clothes as you're doing for, say, this before picture for this summer 90-day transformation challenge. And again, don't let the scale get you down. Losing inches means that you'll be wearing a smaller size in no time. And the scale, believe it or not, if you gain 1 to 3 pounds of muscle during this 90 days, the scale may even slightly go up, but the inches go down, and the mirror never ever lies. So again, I just want to give encouragement. There's people that, there's people that fall off of the bandwagon, so to speak, the first 30 days because they're like saying, they're so fixated on a scale. And I only want you to weigh yourself 2 times. I want you to weigh yourself, say, tomorrow morning, and then I want you to weigh yourself when the 90-day challenge is ending. That is going to just clear your head. You're going to feel it. You're going to see it. You're going to see cheekbones. You're going to see a jawline. You're going to use a belt you've never used before or get into a pair of slacks that you couldn't wear for the last 5 years. It's just an exciting thing. And then our community, our transformation community that we have, there's thousands of people in there, and they're all either customers or people that are building their teams. And the beautiful thing is that sometimes when you post something, you're helping someone you've never met before in your entire life, and you're paying it forward. Or someone was embarrassed to ask a question, but you did. Or you put a video together, and the video was you were having a tough day and you were trying to get through that walk, and it clicked with someone else, and you inspired someone that before it got too late, they wanted to just put a check in their cardio training and get it done with. So we're really here to help each other, to love each other, to heal each other, to grow with each other, to learn from each other. And if you could go to the next slide, here's the homework. And this is really kind of the punchline. I mean, you're going to clean your cupboards. You're going to start meal prepping. And what that means is get the garbage out of your refrigerator, get the garbage out of your cupboards and out of your freezer. You're going to take your measurements. Many people get stuck on that because they're in a place right now where they don't want to be. But that's why you're here. That's part of your reason why. Something on the inside knows that you can be that better version of yourself. And you've gone around that mountain way too many times. This is a new chapter for most of us. I'm super excited to truly love on each and every one of you. The things to do to register is to take your selfie, take your before pictures and your measurements. I want you to email them. Very easy to remember, peter@peternielsen.com. And in the subject line, put your name and label it before pics. Because, over the years, and I say this with humility, I mean, we've gone through tens upon thousands of before and after pictures. And I just love when you start making changes. We're very visual creatures in habit. And when we see something in that mirror, that's going to motivate you, give you incentive, inspire you to continue to move forward. Mindset, like I mentioned before, and you could go to the next slide if you can, before I hand it back to you. The fuel for thought is adapt to change. Boy, there's so many people on this call this evening that I know that have gone through change. Let me even restate that are going through change, including me. So And again, I go back to Cindy and Kirby because I remember one night we were having dinner with John Maxwell, and I'm gonna steal something that he said, and I Peterize it. But if you're not changing, you're not growing. If you're not growing, you're dead on arrival. You just don't know it yet. Some of the most amazing times in my life have been going through the valley. What do I always say? All the growth is in the valley, not on the mountaintops. All my Mr. Universe trophies, Mr. World, Mr. America, they were great. But I was on stage for 5 minutes lifting my hands up. But it was all the preparation. It was all the sweat equity. It was all the tears and the doubt. I didn't even want to get on the plane at Kennedy Airport to go to Belize to win that world title. And the reason why I say that is that change is a beautiful thing. It means God is not done with you. He's not done with me. He's not done with any of us. So what I say to each and every one of us, let's light the world on fire. Let's make a difference. We're all original, one of a kind. There's no one like us. And if we get out of our own way, and if we get that chip off of our shoulder, just because things didn't end up the last chapter the way we wanted it to, that's life. But the beautiful thing is that I've learned, and I'm sure many of you are learning right now, what you thought was the end was really just the beginning. So we have this opportunity with this amazing company, with these amazing products. And I've had the privilege to have probably 12 different hour conversations. I probably drove him crazy. Orion, who's the founder of Zinzino, just asking him questions and not knowing a lot about the field. Zero. So listening to him on how his mind is wired differently, listening to art, even just listening on Jay Schaefer, the former CEO of Zervita, change is critically important. So as we go through the days, let's put our shoulders back, our chest out. Let's not only accept change, let's get excited for change. And if there's things that we don't know, let's lock hands together and help each other. That's how we grow. And the thing that I love about the word transformation, and I remember, I keep going back to Kirby, when we first had this weight management kit, I said to Kirby, I said, it reminds me when I was growing up as a dad and my dad brought me a rocket kit and we put together this kit. I says, can we make it a transformation system? I love the word transformation because if you look it up in the dictionary, it means making a radical change in some area of your life. So whatever area that you need, and you know, it's between you and him, you know the area that you need to grow, that you need to move forward, that you need to get unstuck. And we're all here to help each other. So use this opportunity. I mean, there's no charge. It's $2,500 added value to be in this community a month to get all this information that you can take to your team, that you could plug into your customers. I want this to grow globally, worldwide, to the thousands, because in North America, 3/4 of us are labeled obese. And it doesn't need to be that way. most of us don't even know how great our bodies could feel. And through, like I said, these 12 weeks, I am going to be doing some deep diving into some amazing products. I mean, I don't even want to get into it because I could talk until I'm blue in the face about polyphenols and omega 3s and omega 6 and inflammation. Inflammation kills. It's that simple. I have Crohn's disease. It's all about inflammation. Someone has heart disease. It's all about inflammation. Someone has a stroke. It's all about inflammation. Someone has arthritis. It's all about inflammation. Inflammation wants to steal and take the quality out of your life. And all I can say is, as we're learning about all this nutrition and fitness and wellness and mental toughness, I want to talk about certain things that you need to incorporate. And knowledge is power. So you could learn and then pass it forward to your team and to your customers. Again, I thank each and every one of you. I want to again thank my amazing wife for putting all the 12-week slide decks together. I took, I wouldn't say I took advantage of, I took for granted in corporate when someone wasn't giving me my slide deck on time. I didn't know how long it takes to do one slide deck. It takes almost 3/4 of a day. So you do 12 of those or 13 of those, it's a lot. So thank you, Joyce Ann. You're a blessing to me. I also want to say thank you to a few people here. I want to say thank you to Carla. She's been just an amazing person, a great humble leader. Art, who's just amazing when it comes to this category. And I want to hand it off to you and say, thank you, Miranda. Thank you for being you. You've helped me over the years doing these 90-day challenges. You continue to. You shine like a diamond. And I just want to say thank you for always showing up and just doing what you do. So I want to give you the final word, okay?
Well, thank you, Peter. I won't tell everybody that at every convention you get me in a chokehold and you make me promise to, I'm just kidding. I love our 90-day challenges. And Peter did ask me to say a couple things because we were chatting earlier. And it's so important to me that y'all know that this is not just team specific, right? This is an entire community. A lot of us have come over from Zervita. Most of us are now all Zinzino, but this is open for your friends, your family, right? This is just such an incredible community. And I also want to encourage you to start wherever you are. We meet you where you're at. And just like Peter was saying, we go through changes. Before y'all knew me as almost like the cardio queen, I didn't have to do anything else. Well, woman of a certain age, right? Menopause hit. Now I'm starting over. I'm doing strength training and different things. I have done the challenge over the last decade multiple times. Why do it again? Because it's a lifestyle. This isn't something you just come in and you do once and you've gained all the knowledge and you're good to go. This is a commitment and it's a lifestyle. So I keep showing up and I keep showing up for myself, and it has supported me through different stages of my life. Why I'm so excited about it this time around is because we are going to dive deep into some new products, like Peter had mentioned. And if you were on our last challenge, some people lost 13 pounds in inflammation alone just by adding one product to a routine. Okay. So we want to talk to you about that because it is a crucial part of what you're doing. And you don't have to be an expert. That's what we've got Peter for. That's what we have our other doctors for. We just need to show up, be consistent, and then invite people to join us. So, one thing I do want to say, just like with our balance oil, the reason I love it is because no matter what products you're already taking, by adding this one product, you're going to maximize the benefits of everything else that you're putting into your body. You are going to expel toxins and you are going to absorb all those incredible nutrients and all that fun stuff that you're spending money on, you've already invested in. So that's how I see the pledge, right? Why wouldn't you want to maximize the benefits and the results from your products by having a true lifestyle change? So it's baby steps for some of us. If you are an experienced athlete, if you are a champion like Peter, these are the basic principles that he continues to do. That lovely little quote, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. There's some things we just need to keep doing. And now we're incorporating other things. Again, you're going to hear me say it all 12 weeks to maximize the benefits of what we're putting into our body. So I am just so excited. I am so grateful to be a part of this. It's an honor that Peter asks me to join. I love hosting. Now, if I do have one other suggestion, get an accountability partner and get them today. Okay. That is going to be so important throughout this next 12 weeks. It's something that I have already started to do. I have a friend of mine, most of you know him, Andre Sappingfield. He's my accountability partner. You'll see on my stories, I'm posting myself at the gym, and I'm tagging him. It's easy for me not to show up for myself sometimes. It's a little embarrassing if I don't show up to somebody that I've already committed to. And that's what we have in our community. So if you're part of our Facebook page, amazing, go in there and just say, I want an accountability partner. If you're not part of the group, reach out to one of us and we'll get you in there. And one other thing that you heard Peter kind of drop on, and it was Chat GPT. Art is a huge fan. We all know that AI is just coming in strong, right? And I have been using it in a way that we will share with you that has really taken this next level. Now, it does not replace Peter, not even close, but it helps me to be accountable. It helps me to track my macros, and I'm going to help you guys get involved in that as well because we want to give you every possible tool so that you can succeed. So thank you so much, Peter. You're awesome. You guys, I am so excited. This is going to be so much fun, and it is not too late to invite your friends, your family. Just get the community going and rocking, and don't forget to submit your measurements. All right, Peter, anything else?
Just want you to know that submit those measurements so that we could truly get a good head count. So if today is Wednesday, even by say Monday, if everyone could have those measurements, those pictures in, that would be amazing. Invite as many people as you possibly can, because like I said before, when people get plugged into a community like this, they're going to want to learn about everything that we're doing when it comes to health and wellness, as well as our products. So it's a beautiful way to gift someone, something that's worth thousands of dollars, and they're getting into a community that questions are being answered, knowledge is power, and they're learning stuff. And I'm just super excited. There's going to be gifts at the end, prizes, winners. But the most important thing is just everybody working together in this community of like-minded people. So again, I just thank everybody for showing up. I mean, what do they always say? Half of the battle is showing up. Just show up. Be consistent. I always say, if you want something bad enough, you're going to be consistent. If you want to keep it, you need to be persistent. So if you truly want to be that best version of yourself, for the summer of 2025, then let's do this together. Not only will we have fun, but a lot of times people get off of their prescription drugs, don't have pain anymore, um, look and feel a way that they haven't in years. I always say, I'll leave with this: words create life or death. And if you say, I can't lose weight, I can't build a team, I can't stop smoking, you're not going to be. You're going to be miserable. But what we focus on this morning is how we live this afternoon. And boy, oh boy, I have to remind myself each and every day what we speak. We are prophesizing, whether it's our family, our health, our wealth, tomorrow. What we say today, we're putting out in the universe and we're walking right into it. So we need to say, I am worthy. I am a winner. I'm going to be healed. I'm going to build the biggest team. That is what you need to walk into. And lastly, every day that I get up, I've used this for over 35 years. Before I get out of bed tomorrow morning, before you guys get out of bed, fill your front part of your brain up with gratitude. There's no way that fear, anxiety, stress, or anger could be in the same brain that gratitude is in. So when you get up and you fill up your brain with, thank you, God, for another 86,400 seconds. Thank you for my family. Thank you for the roof over my head. Thank you for the calling you put on my life. When you get out of bed and you walk to your kitchen, that's what you're walking into. You have such a better chance of your day being more positive, more successful. You get out of bed and you start complaining about the aches and the pains and the divorce you're going through, or the bills that are on the counter table in the kitchen, or the problems with the kids. That's how your day is going to start. Easier said than done, but train your mind. Have that mind shift. Train your mind. It will change the course of your life in such a positive way. Love each and every one of you. Wonderful to meet a bunch of new people here. Looking forward to seeing you in person at events in the future. And if there's any questions that you have, if you could, um, Miranda, could you make sure that everyone has the link to the Transformation Facebook group so that they can get all that information? That would be awesome.
Yeah, so we already have people. They put the name in the chat, which is awesome. It's
Yay!
Transformation Coaching with Peter Nielsen. And we have already got people joining right now while we're on the call. So that's awesome. And I want to challenge all of you. Use and abuse Peter Nielsen. Okay, I can say that because we're friends. This is so cool. Most people don't realize you have access to him through this group, but you've got to ask the questions. So if you're in the Facebook group and you've got questions, tag him and he will respond. And so it's a wonderful wealth of knowledge that people don't utilize fully. And that's what he's talking about when he says this is like a $2,500 value, you know? It's just incredible. You can go in, ask questions, and we're all family. So don't be embarrassed. Have fun with it. And yeah, Peter, you know, I love you. I love to challenge people to just, use you and get those questions answered. So thank you so much, y'all. We will see you next week at the same time at the same Zoom ID. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone. God bless you. Thank you.